All right. Here are my predictions for the White House card. First up, Steve Garcia versus Diego Lopez. Um, this is actually a pretty competitive fight. Um, but I'm gonna go Diego Lopez by grappling. I think he's gonna be better in grappling, like completely. I actually think he probably finds a submission over Steve Garcia. On the feet, I actually think Steve Garcia is like way better. Diego Lopez isn't really defensively good, and he's more of good in the pocket. Like if you're not really in the pocket with him, or if you don't engage with him, he's pretty inactive. That's the problem when he fights Volkanovski. That's why there's kind of like a lot of dead air there because Volk knows Diego's really only going to throw when he approaches, but because Volk is so small that he has to approach. Like Volk is controlling. That's why that fight's so hard for Lopez to win because Volk is literally controlling everything in that fight. He's controlling when striking happens. He's controlling when wrestling happens, and he has the skill to kind of get in and out of these situations safe. Um, so yeah, I think Steve Garcia is probably going to be better on the feet. He actually has a really big KO threat, but Diego Lopez has power, right? He hits like a truck. He pretty much knocks down everybody he fights. Um, he's pretty threatening in all aspects. Like he's got good kicks. He'll do spinning attacks. He's just got general pretty good boxing. Um, and he's got like a Kryptonian chin. Like nobody's like honestly, I feel like Volk's really been the closest to like slumping him. Like I don't know. Um, like Volk's good, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't. Steve Garcia doesn't have the strength of resume, in my opinion, to really hang with Lopez. Or for me to pick Garcia. But I do recognize that he is a genuine threat on the feet. But I think it's when Lopez gets, dude, Lopez dominated Gene. Like Lopez just does so much damage when he gets you on the ground. He's threatening subs. He's ground and pounding. He's never just like blobbing you out. Like he's never just sitting on you. He's always active on the ground. Now that does let people get up, but I think Steve Garcia is not going to have the finesse to get out safely. I think Lopez is going to sub him in the first or second round, to be honest. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go Diego Lopez by first or second round submission. But Garcia is a KO threat on the feet. But I think Lopez is just as much as a KO threat on the feet. I don't know how good Garcia's chin actually is because he hasn't fought anybody actually competent, really. Like his best win is Calvin Cater. Um, yeah. Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. I'm seeing a decent amount of people actually picking Kyle Dawkins. And I kind of thought about it. I think Kyle Dawkins probably hits harder, but we have to realize who he's going up against. GM3 has no chin. Unmotivated. That was unmotivated GM3, right? GM3 was kind of like never going to get cut at that point. Now, in his latest fight, he actually fought because he might actually get cut if he loses. And Michael Pereira, unmotivated Michael Pereira. Um, Michael Pereira was motivated versus Zach Reese. He still looked like a can, but he pulled it through versus, I think Zach Reese is probably just as good as Kyle Dawkins, just with less threat on the feet. Dude, Bo Nickel's actually good. Bo Nickel isn't that good at getting pressured. If Bo Nickel can't control the fight really, like how RDR was putting the pressure on him, and Bo Nickel crumbled to the pressure. But I think Bo Nickel is improved. I think he's going to be able to stop Kyle Dawkins if he does go for a heavy pressure thing, a heavy pressure approach. Bo Nickel's he's not gonna get submitted. Um, yeah, this fight probably not even gonna go on the ground. Bo Nickel might shoot a takedown, just to show Kyle Dawkins that he can get it whenever he wants. Dude, I don't know. Bo Nickel's pretty good. He's got good kicks. Like not really good boxing or like, but he'll shoot these like loopy punches, right? Just like they're gonna have somewhat decent power, but like it's just they're just there. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I really like Bo Nickel. I'm pretty confident in it. I think people are kind of overrating. Like, dude, Kyle Dawkins got cut from the UFC at one point. Um, like, come on, dude. His best win is actually GM3. There's a difference, dude. Bo Nickel did beat Rodolfo. Bo Nickel doesn't have a very good resume either, but I think Rodolfo Vieira is a better win than um, GM3. Rodolfo's a GM3 with actually decent striking. So yeah, and I honestly think the Kyle Dawkins win over Michael Pereira was low key, really fluky. But yeah, I'm gonna go Bo Nickel by decision. Uh, Roofy versus Chandler. I think Chandler's gonna win the first round, and then Roofy's gonna kill him in the second. I think Chandler has gonna be pretty good for a first round wrestle fest. I don't think Roofy's gonna have very good takedown defense. I just don't think Chandler is a good submission threat to get him out of there in the first. Or Roofy actually does defend the because I think Chandler's gonna approach this with takedowns in mind. Um, yeah, I think Chandler's gonna shoot a takedown, probably get it. Roofy's not gonna defend. They're gonna get to the second round, and Roofy's gonna find the punch and put Chandler out while he's exhausted. Um, yeah, it could be literally by anything, flying knee, um, literally anything he wants on the feet. Chandler doesn't stand a chance. He's not defensively sound. Doesn't really have a good chin. He's just not good. Roofy by KO in the second. Hawkett versus Lewis. I'm actually really not counting out Lewis in this. Josh Hawkett's not very defensively sound on the feet, but he's just way, way faster than Lewis. I think Hawkett needs to do a wrestle heavy approach and just ground and pound Lewis to a finish. Lewis is one of those guys that will once if he's getting ground and pounded, he'll just let them TKO him. He has quit. He doesn't really have heart. He looks in good shape for this fight, to be honest. But yeah, I think Derek Lewis is going to be too slow. I think Hawkett's going to be able to see everything that Lewis throws. So yeah, I think Hawkett does need to be a little bit wrestle heavy just to avoid it completely. But I think Hawkett could probably light him up on the feet too. But Hawkett doesn't really have power. I think Lewis doesn't have like a great chin, but that only comes from him kind of quitting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go Hawkett by probably TKO in the first or second, I'd say. I just think Lewis doesn't have his heart in the game, and I don't think he's as threatening on the feet as he once was. Okay, this fight's actually been making me really mad because people actually think Ayman Sahabi has a chance. Dude, Ayman Sahabi is a striker. He is a striker that couldn't even beat Marlon Vera, really, to be honest. Look at what Sean O'Malley did to Marlon Vera. This is an improved Sean O'Malley. This Sean O'Malley is better than that Sean O'Malley. Dude, when has Sean O'Malley actually ever lost a striking match? Never. Zabi is not a wrestling threat at all. He's not a submission threat. He's nothing, dude. He's literally just a Canadian that squeezed his way through because he's has a decent pressure shot. Sean O'Malley is gonna KO this. Like he's gonna really mess him up, dude. Sean O'Malley is way faster. Ayman Sahabi is a rat. He looks disgusting, and he's a Canadian, dude. He sucks. He's not good, and he's small. Like he's not even that big, or he's actually a pretty big bantamweight. But like he's not big compared to Sean O'Malley. He's not gonna be able to just muscle him and blob him around. Like that's not Zahabi style. Zahabi style is to do like that, almost like a crouched Philly shell style, and kind of just like pepper you with shots. But Sean O'Malley will just launch a knee down the middle and put you out if you try and do that. Um, Sean O'Malley is gonna actually like style on Zahabi. Like this fight is tailor made for Sean O'Malley, but people for some reason think Ayman Zahabi is the next coming of Christ, and he's actually pretty good because he's on a 7 fight. Look at the wins, bro. Washed 40-year-old Jose Aldo and Marlon Vera, bro. Those are his best wins. These are not good wins. Like, am I forgetting somebody? No, those are literally his best wins, dude. Like, look, dude. He has no good wins, bro. Bashrat's got cut, dude. He has no KO threat. Okay, he did KO, but it's an Asian, dude. Asians have no chin. You went the decision with Tercios, dude. Like, stop. He's not good at all. I really don't like Ayman Zahabi. I think he's just disgusting to look at. He looks like Ariel Helwani. And dude, Sean O'Malley beat Song Yadong. He beat Piotr Yan. And keep in mind, he had that first fight with Merab was close. It was a 48-47. And the second fight, I think he just approached wrong. I think he was too urgent on getting up. He should have been more patient. And I don't think he's ever beats Merab. I think Merab was just a nightmare matchup. But, like, dude, Sean O'Malley goes like 50-50 with everybody in the bantamweight division, or every top contender, besides Umar and Merab. Those are the only matchups Sean O'Malley can't win. And I low-key think he has a chance versus Umar, just because Umar's chin is kind of sketch. Like, Mario Batista almost chinned him. But yeah, dude, Sean O'Malley's gonna, like, dismantle him. Alex Pereira versus Ciryl Gane. That's actually a cool picture. That's actually a cool picture of Alex Pereira. I actually think Gane's gonna win by 48-47 decision. I think Ciryl Gane's gonna be way faster on the feet. Ciryl Gane actually has a pretty good chin. Like, he's really defensively sound, surprisingly. Was tuning up Nagano on the feet. Nagano had to wrestle fest him, and Ciryl Gane's a better wrestler than Alex Pereira. That's a fact. Alex Pereira has good takedown defense. Do I think Ciryl Gane gets him to the ground and submits him? Hell no. Hell no. But I low-key think Ciryl Gane could sneak in a sneaky takedown versus Alex Pereira. Probably not if Ankalaev can't get you down. Ciryl Gane probably can't. But Ciryl Gane's a natural heavyweight. They're going to be about the same weight, about the same height. But Ciryl Gane, he carries the weight better. Like, he's, I don't know, more dense maybe. Like, Alex Pereira has a lot of fluff. Ciryl Gane is pretty much all muscle, all the correct weight you want. While Alex Pereira is going to be a lot of just fluff, extra weight. Alex Pereira looks, dude, he was training with Taliesin Teixeira, bro. That's one of his training partners. And yeah, I think 240 was like a perfect weight. They're saying he's going to be 258. I think that's a little heavy. I don't know why. Like, look at how good Hawkett is as 235 just because he's way faster than everybody. Like, dude, Alex Pereira at 240. 240 is probably about what he walks at. He probably walked at like 230 when he was cutting down to light heavyweight. 240 is probably perfect. But yeah, I think Ciryl Gane is also just going to be more active on the feet. The only thing he has to worry about is the low kicks, but Volkov landed like 60 low kicks and didn't really affect Ciryl Gane. And I don't think Alex Pereira has these like crazy like what are the leg kicks actually doing with Alex Pereira? Like, people say Justin Gaethje's leg kicks are a myth. Alex Pereira's leg kicks are a myth. They're not really doing that much unless you're like Jamal Hill or something, dude. But Jamal Hill he's Jamal Hill, bro. Like, yeah, I think Ciryl Gane's gonna win the decision. I think he's just too defensively responsible on the feet to get KO'd. I think he's actually got a good chin. He's got a weird, awkward style. He's fast, agile, like he's always moving. He could sneak in the grappling, probably not. Yeah, I don't know. I think Ciryl Gane's just gonna be better. I think he's just gonna be more too fast for Alex Pereira is my prediction. But Alex Pereira could sleep him. I could see it, but I don't know. I think Ciryl Gane's kind of he's a hard matchup for Alex Pereira. But yeah, I'd rather see Alex Pereira win just because it's Alex Pereira. But I think Ciryl Gane's gonna pull it through. Do we even got to talk about this, dude? Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. Okay. Justin Gaethje, the leg kicks could actually do something because Ilia Topuria is a boxer. He does not check leg kicks. That could have something to do. That maybe it flusters Ilia Topuria. But dude, Topuria is just gonna. Dude, he looks like a juggernaut in the foot. There's a photo of him in his last 155 fight versus Charles Oliveira versus now. He might have actually gotten up to 200 pounds, dude. He looks like a juggernaut. Like he looks like, bro. Like it's actually insane how fit he is for this fight. Um, Yeah, and it's post-divorce. Ilia Topuria, Justin Gaethje actually said some messed up stuff. Like, yeah, Ilia Topuria is actually gonna like have a little bit of hatred coming into this fight. So yeah, my prediction is just like Ilia Topuria by first round knockout. Yeah, I don't think Gaethje is defensively responsible enough. He's talking about, oh, the way you beat Topuria is by rushing in and pressuring it. That's exactly what Charles Oliveira did, and look at what happened to him. Justin Gaethje's chin is not much better than Oliveira's, dude. Um, yeah, it's not a good matchup for Gaethje. Gaethje doesn't have the power to just put him out. Topuria is gonna chin him in the first, probably, if not the second. He's gonna chin him. Topuria is gonna get the KO. It's just a matter of when. Um, so yeah. So yeah, my predictions are Lopez by first or second round submission, Nickel by decision, Rufio by second round KO, Hawkett by TKO in the first or second, Sean O'Malley by TKO or KO in one of the rounds, gone by the 48-47 decision, and Topuria by first round knockout. Yeah, this is a pretty easy card to predict. I'm hoping I go 7 for 7. But yeah, it's easy to predict, but it's kind of tricky. Like it's closer than a lot of the odds kind of like suggest. But yeah, yeah, it's a good card overall. I enjoy it.